all the way discountjuicers.com. Today we have another exciting episode for you. In this episode, I'm so excited because I got an all-new, brand-new juicer that I'll be introducing for the first time in the United States here. This is the all-new Kuvings REVO830 Juicer. I think REVO stands for revolution because literally this vertical juicer will revolutionize vertical juicing as we know it. This juicer is specified as a carrot and celery slow juicer. Now, please be aware, while it has been specifically designed to juice carrots and celery, it will still juice any other produce item that can be juiced. The main thing different about this vertical juicer than other vertical juicers out there is that you literally do not have to pre-cut your celery even one iota, that's a little bit, or even the fattest carrots to put into this juicer before juicing, right? So this literally makes horizontal performance, horizontal juicer performance available in a vertical auger juicer, which is completely amazing to me. This is not the first time I'm showing this video. Link down below to the video where I went to the Houseware show in March of 2022, and I gave you guys a sneak peek about this machine, and I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for it. So here it is. So for the initial launch of the Kuvings REVO830, there are a limited number of these in stock, so if you want one, order it quickly because they will sell out. The first shipment is an air shipment, and there'll be a following shipment coming over through sea, which will take a lot longer to get. And if you want to get a special discount on the Kuvings REVO820, link down below in the description for the coupon code that'll save you guys the most money on the Kuvings REVO830. Once again, coupon link in the description as well as the first comment, so be sure to check for that. It's the biggest discount I've ever seen on a Kuvings juicer, so make sure you take advantage of that if you have been waiting and wanting this all-new revolutionary juicer. So why is the Kuvings REVO830 new and different than any other juicer before it? Well, that's because they literally took your guys' feedback, right? They listen to customers, right? Kuvings listen to customers, and they know that a lot of the customers out there, probably the overwhelming majority of the customers, like to make the straight celery juice, because I know a lot of people is on the medical medium program and they want the straight celery juice, and pretty much all vertical juicers, unless you pre-cut your celery, will clog and jam and can give you some difficulties, right? So Kuvings really went back to the drawing board to design a vertical juicer so that you do not have to pre-cut any celery to juice in this juicer, and that was their main goal. Of course, they also had their award-winning whole slow juicing technology that is also incorporated into this juicer and even made better because now they have a 3.5-inch wide feed chute. This is the largest feed chute on any vertical slow juicer that I'm aware of. So this means you could drop in whole apples without pre-cutting. What this will do for you guys is this will inch up your nutrition quality because you're not pre-cutting the produce before you put it in. You're letting the juicer do all the processing with basically minimal, if any, pre-cutting before you put items into this juicer because the juicer will do all the work for you. In addition, this motor is their top grade, most powerful motor that they've ever made in a household juicer. A matter of fact, it has up to 40% more torque, and that's the power that's really needed to snap those big fat wide carrots and juice them on up than other traditional vertical juicers. And they have a lot more new things that they've designed in this machine. So I guess what I'd like to do in this video is we're going to go ahead and do a unboxing, share with you guys all the parts that comes with the REVO830. And then secondly, we'll be juicing straight apples in this machine using the 3.5-inch flip gate. We will then juice straight celery in this machine without pre-cutting, and actually we're going to make it hard for the juicer. We're going to put 2 stalks in at a time. This means I'll be done quicker than other juicers on the market that are vertical. And finally we'll be juicing straight carrots, and I picked out some fat organic carrots, the fattest I could find, to see if I can make this juicer stop, because virtually many other vertical juicers will stop when you put a fat wide carrot in there because it wasn't designed to, you know, juice specifically fat wide carrots because the torque involved is so much greater. So anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and do the unboxing on this machine. Oh, and before I forget, man, all the other Kuvings machines on the market at present time have a 10-year warranty. And the all-new Revo, they upped their game once again, sharing with you guys that their Revo is their top-of-the-line juicer. If you guys want the top-of-the-line home juicer, the Revo is simply it because now it has a 15-year warranty, which is the longest warranty in the juicing industry for home users. All right, let's go ahead and unbox this and see what we got on the inside. Lots of different parts coming out. First, I think we'll grab this piece, which is actually quite heavy. I'm going to take two hands. We got the main motor body coming right out in the Kuvings Revo. Now, this is a stylish design. The first shipment is only going to be available in white, and later on, I believe they will be adding some new colors in. The main thing about this motor is that this is the most powerful motor that Kuvings has put in a home model. This is not quite a commercial model, but approaching commercial standards. This has a 60-minute or 1-hour runtime, and as I mentioned before, it has up to 40% more torque than other vertical juicers on the market. This is actually quite heavy duty. Next coming out, we got the whole top set, and this is what makes the Revo work. We're going to drop this on the top. This is where the innovation happens, and we'll go over this top set in just a minute. So that's a juicing apparatus. Next coming out, you got a couple different options, right? Number one, you have a smoothie screen. So now you could produce smoothies in your Kuvings juicer. So now it operates then more than just a juicer. You can use it to make smoothies, which is what a blender normally can do with this smoothie attachment. In addition, you also have the sorbet attachment to make frozen fruit sorbets that, hey, I think I will also be demonstrating in this episode today. You can use this to mush up bananas to make banana ice cream. You could add in other berries and other frozen fruits to make some frozen fruit desserts, so you guys could minimize your ice cream and other processed foods, because ice creams and a lot of different products like that have a lot of added sugar. You could do 100% fruit, which is a lot healthier for you. So I like that they include that. Next coming out, Kuvings always wants to make it easier for you guys to juice, and one of the ways they do that is with this unique brush, and I'm surprised that no other company has come out with this unique brush, because this truly is a time saver. Literally, when you're done juicing, you're going to take the juicing screen out of the machine, you're going to put it in this brush, put the brush around it, and just spin this around. When you're spinning it around, there is a number of 6 different brushes that are at the perfect intervals to brush down the holes of the screen to get it clean, so that you don't have to sit there with a small little toothbrush, brush to like clean the screen like you do have to do with many other juicers. Now, in addition, Kuvings also provides you 2 additional brushes to kind of get into those nooks and crannies. Number one, they have like a small bottle brush. I like this brush because it allows you to get into this juice spout. And let me tell you guys, juicers that don't include this bottle brush, you can look in somebody's spout, especially the top of the spout, there gets to be all this like caked on crud. So, Kuvings want you to keep your juicers clean, and they give you that brush to fit right in there. You rotate it as you're putting it in. It's going to dislodge all that juice and all the pulp. Then you got a special smaller toothbrush that you don't necessarily need to use on the screen, but all the little hard places, and then now have this little part that kind of gets in there deep to get all the nooks and crannies. And then they of course have a little pick if you kind of need to pick out some of the stuck in pulp on the back of the brush. That's nice and handy. Next piece coming out is a utility piece, and once again, this is another piece that I wish all the juicer manufacturers had, because I swear if I got paid like $1 for every time somebody said, "John, my juicer top is stuck and I can't get it off." It's like, help, I've fallen but I can't get up. This part helps you get it off, and I like this part a lot. Kuvings has designed this into their juicers for several different models now, and other companies should do this as well. And, basically what happens is if you overload the juicer because you're feeding things in too fast and you're not properly pre-cutting on traditional vertical juicers, it should not be a problem in this machine because the pre-cutting is done for you inside the machine. You could use this tool. You basically put it on the top right here, and then you just turn it, and now this gives you some leverage to pull that top off that may have gotten stuck on other juicers. So I really like that they include this tool because this will prevent you from calling them saying my top is stuck, because you are empowered to take it apart. And then of course you don't want to get it stuck in the first place by not feeding produce in too quickly. Next coming out, we got a couple more accessories. They have the pusher, so should you need to push produce into the machine, you can just use that little pusher. And now they have a all new designed nesting catch cup. So they got a juice catch cup right here. It's marked up to 1,000 milliliters, but probably will go up to like 1,100 unmarked. And then you got the pulp catch cup marked up to 1,300 milliliters, but probably unmarked up to maybe 1,500 milliliters if you kind of overflow it to the top. These are nesting, and I really like the new catch cups a lot compared to their old ones. A lot more stylish. Next coming out, oh, looks like that's all the parts we got. We got a recipe book coming out, so I really like that they include a nice full color recipe book with all different recipes that you guys can make and start off with in your Kuvings whole slow juicer. They go into different phytochemicals and nutrients found in different colors juices. They encourage you to, juice many colors of the rainbow like I recommend. They also have many different recipes: cabbage, celery, kale, dreamy carrot, tango, tomato, soy milk, nut milk, peanut spreads, broccoli chicken porridge, carrot potato mash, so many different kiwi, berry juice. And you could just make a recipe in here and be good for like, I don't know, half a year if you made one recipe a day. So yeah, not all the companies produce and include a recipe book for you guys. This is like something now you don't have to purchase extra, and it's already included. Last thing's coming out. We got some paperwork coming out with the machine. First thing is important: do not return this product to the store. Call Kuvings. Should you have any problems, Kuvings has some excellent customer support. My customers have always been taken care of at Kuvings. In addition, you got your warranty card to send in to register for your 15-year warranty on the REVO830, and you got your instruction book that is in English as well as French in this version that tells you how to use your machine. And that's pretty much all the parts in the box, and this is what you get. Alright, now I want to take the Kuvings REVO830 apart for you guys and explain to you guys part by part how the machine works and how it's new and different than other vertical juicers out there. First off, we got the pusher, which is pretty much the standard pusher. You probably shouldn't really be using that a lot because this is pretty much an auto-feeding and self-feeding machine. Next coming out, we got the feed chute, and this is the truly new and innovative part. If you guys could see, they got a dual feed chute, so they have a feed chute off to the side, which then goes down and hits a special part of the auger that then will pre-cut your things like celery and carrots and other fibrous greens. Like you could roll up kale and put the stem in it all without pre-cutting. It's going to pre-cut for you. In addition, you have this flip gate, so let's flip this up. You guys can see the diameter here, or the width here, is 3.5 inches. So this lets you put like oversized apples and other fruits such as tomatoes in there to get juice right up through the traditional whole slow juicing method. Once again, other juicers you may have to pre-cut your produce, not with the Kuvings with the 3.5 inch feed chute. I really actually like the smaller feed chute for the carrots and the celery because the Kuvings will do the pre-cutting for you. This is a nice heavy-duty reinforced part here, and this has basically 4 locking clasps on the top that give stability and durability to the machine. Next coming out, we got the auger, and this is the heart of the Kuvings REVO830. The bottom part of the auger looks like one of the traditional augers on a Kuvings whole slow juicer, but the new part is the part that is new and different. This is the auto cutting feature, so as you put the produce into that one small side chute, it basically comes on this is rotating, it comes around, and then it basically just cuts off little chunks of it a little bit at a time, so the machine is not overloaded, and it cuts up all those strings and cuts the carrots into smaller pieces so that the torque of the motor can power through the produce you put in. That's the revolutionary feature. Of course, if you put things in the main chute, it kind of comes down to the side. And this Ultim auger that's operating at 60 revolutions per minute, so that makes this a cold press slow juicer, crushes and squeezes out and extracts all the juice for you. Of course, underneath the auger is recessed. Don't be alarmed when you're done juicing and there's a bunch of pulp underneath the auger. That is how this machine is designed. So that's the auger right there. This is one of the heaviest augers I've seen, and that's probably also why they had to upgrade the motor to drive this heavier auger. Next coming out, we got the juicing screen and the automatic wiping blade that spins around. Imagine having a car without windshield wipers when it's raining outside, and that's like a juicer without a wiping blade on the screen. The wiping blade basically wipes down the screen to keep the screen clean, to ensure you guys get the most yield possible. Unlike other juicing wiping blades, this one actually has a set of 3 different silicone wipers that wipes down the screen and also squeegees the inside of the juicing bowl while it's going. And then here is the juicing screen with nice fine holes. It's just their standard design with the stainless steel and the GE Ultim, which is a harder plastic than used on other machines. The other feature about the Kuvings, unlike other machines, is that it actually has a gasket here, which means all the extra waste and pulp will be actually inside your juicing screen when you're done juicing, not inside your bowl. So this will make cleaning a little bit easier for you. And then finally we got the juicing bowl, and there's some new and innovative features in this juicing bowl that you may not see unless I point them out. Number one is they have a new hybrid safety switch system. So it's safer than other juicer styles on the market because this machine will not allow you to turn it on unless it's properly assembled so that it can be done safely. Number two, I really like that it actually has a flat bottom with no nooks and crannies on the bottom. So this makes it easier to clean so that the produce does not basically get blocked when you're washing it. In addition, they have a new spout where the pulp comes out. This is an all new and enlarged area that's a lot easier to like literally get your finger in to dislodge all the pulp without using any kind of tools. In addition, unlike other juicers, they have no silicone flap where the pulp comes out. So this can be a blockage point that may cause jamming on some other juicers, and Kuvings has designed this to actually get a higher yield than even the juicers that have those little silicone flaps in there due to their design. So I like that a lot. In addition, the wiping blade gear is run by the bottom right here, which is basically run by the bottom of the auger right down here. So that's kind of integrated, and it's just into this gearing into the bottom that you don't really see. That's been really durable. I've never seen a breakage on that. And finally, on the spout cap, they have a newly designed spout cap with a square little place to lift up, so it's a lot more easy and convenient to lift up and durable as well. Now, I think the heart of the REVO830 is the motor itself, and this has basically handles on the side to pick it up if you guys need to pick it up. This is actually quite a durable and stout motor, and that's really where the beauty and the magic is. You know, Kuvings took the time to basically redesign this motor from their REVO820 model and make it contain up to 40% more torque and have twice the runtime, 60 minutes instead of 30 minutes. You know, so I'm really impressed with this motor so far from the limited times that I have used it. In addition, of course, I also like the color of this machine. It reminds me of actually a motorcycle I had when I was growing up. It's kind of like a pearl kind of white color. In addition, they implemented noise reduction technology to ensure that you're going to have a really quiet vertical juicer compared to other juicers on the market. So I really like that a lot. And let's see, this juicer is rated at 240 watts, so it's actually a nice and powerful machine. I guess the next thing I want to do is assemble this machine one part at a time so you guys can see how to properly assemble it. It is super simple, super easy. First step is we're going to go ahead and take our juicing bowl, and we're going to drop that on the top. So the spout where the pulp comes out is in this little recessed portion right here. Next, we're going to go ahead and take our wiping blade and pop it into the screen. It just pushes in, and you can turn that freely. You're going to take this little red dot on top of the juicing screen, line it up with a red dot on top of the bowl, drop that right in. When you got it right, it'll kind of lock down and go into place. Next, you could take your auger, drop that into place. Super simple, super easy. I like to rotate it as I'm dropping it in. Finally, you're gonna go ahead and take the feed chute assembly. You're gonna look for the white dot on top of the feed chute assembly, line it up with the red dot on the bowl, and then slide this to the lock position. It'll lock into place, and if you've assembled it correctly, the machine will turn on. As you guys can hear, this machine sounds like a very solid, powerful motor running at a nice slow RPM. I really like that a lot. It just sounds really beefy to me. Of course, if you didn't assemble it properly and it's like off kilter or just kind of put on there haphazardly, or you put this on, you know, the wrong way, go in a different direction, you know, the machine will not turn on. So please be aware of that. That's the biggest complaint I get when somebody buys, I got a brand new juicer, John, it doesn't turn on. Well, guys, check to make sure it's assembled properly. If it's not assembled properly, the machine will not turn on. All right, so that's it. This is one amazing machine, not only due to the upgraded motor, but this amazing styling. I really like the look of this. It looks a lot more modern compared to some of the older machines they put out, including the new catch cups, all the different accessories that allows you to do more than just juice, as well as the, you know, little small tweaks they've made to make the usability easier with the easier to grab spout cap and the larger pulp ejection area, and of course the two new dual feed chutes. Now we get to find out how this machine works, because we're gonna make a few juices in it right now. All right, now I'm all set up and ready to juice. We got 5 organic apples, we got 1 head of celery, and 5 organic carrots. And I wanna time this for you guys to show you guys how fast the Revo is compared to other juicers on the market. This juicer will really be faster because literally I'm juicing whole produce items, whole apples, whole sticks of celery, and whole carrots. No pre-cutting like I've had to do on other vertical juicers, and that is really where the time savings. Plus it's running at a 60 RPMs and gonna power through this because you don't have a processing blade that's gonna slow down the juicing process. So let's see what we're gonna go ahead and turn this machine on, hit start, and we're gonna drop in a whole apple, 3.5 inches. Let it juice on up. As you guys can see, I put the apple in. It's almost demolished that entire apple in less than 15 seconds. Dropping the second apple in there. We've already got some juice coming out. We got the pulp coming out. Demolish that second apple, and we're only up to like less than 25 seconds. Third apple going in. These are nice large apples, guys, 3.5 inches wide, and they're happening in the Revo juicer without any problems. As you guys can see, the machine is cranking up and juicing out these apples. The pulp is actually fairly dry. I could take this pulp and I can't really squeeze out anything else. It's just squeezing out mush. I got some nice apple juice. These are actually opal apples. Really nice and sweet apples. I really love the nice orange color that I'm seeing on them. I want to let you guys know that one of the downsides of using a whole slow juicer when you get to juice the whole produce items is there will be some residual pulp collecting that didn't exactly feed into the juicer when you're done, unless maybe you use some kind of like piece of celery to push it down in there. So there's the last apple going in. We're literally at 1 minute and 20 seconds so far. Let's see how much longer it takes to juice this last apple. All right, I put that last apple in, and the machine is still juicing. Right after you put the last produce item in, you want to let the machine run a little bit more to fully work. How you'll know when the machine's done is when the juice stops dripping out and the pulp stops moving, which it kind of looks like it has, but there's still lots of produce in this little top chamber area. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take a stick of celery and kind of weasel it down this little hole and kind of use it to push some of the apples into the machine to make sure we get every last bit of that apple juice. All right, we're getting a little bit more apple juice, but even then, we still got a lot of pulp in this area. All right, so I'm gonna call that a day. We're gonna go ahead and turn off the machine, and what I like to always do on the machines are tip it up a little bit and not a lot of juice drips out. We're gonna go ahead and close our spout cap so we don't get any drips. And it looks like, oh, we're at 2 minutes and 49 seconds total to make approximately almost 15 ounces of apple juice. Alright, next let's go ahead and juice some celery. Turn that on, hit the start, and you can feed basically 2 stalks of celery in at once in this feed chute. So we're going to drop that in, and look at that, the machine feeds itself without even pre-cutting the celery. This makes this whole slow juicer a true whole slow juicer, because you literally can juice whole pieces without any pre-cutting. Oh, let's go ahead and open that spout cap there. Drop it in there. Alright, juicing 2 at a time. You can literally hear the power of it chewing up those celery stalks as the machine rotates around. Cuts off little, I don't even know, like what is that, 1/4-inch pieces each time, you know, demolishing 2 sticks of celery at once in the Kuvings REVO830. Well, you guys know that we did not clean the machine between juicings, and that's the amazing thing, you know, even though we didn't clean, the machine is working fine without having to stop and clean the machine, even after juicing multiple quantities of produce. Alright, to save you guys some time, I think I'm going to go ahead and speed this part of the video up, and we're going to come back at you when we're done juicing our celery. Alright, last part of the celery going right in. This is like the center heart of the celery. We're just going to go ahead and put this in. It's a little bit thick. We're going to see if the Revo can handle the thickness of the celery. It basically almost fits in the feed chute right there up top. Let's go ahead and drop this in and see how it does. It's just chunking off parts. You could hear the motor power just chunking off the celery and accepting it into the machine and juicing it on up. Once again, after you put in that last piece of celery, you want to give the machine some time to drop it in and get it all processed. And unlike the softer apples that are softer and mushier, there's not a whole lot of excess celery stuck in this top feed chute area. That's actually quite impressive to me. How you know it's done is that the celery will stop flowing out of this little part, which it pretty much has. So we're going to go ahead and hit stop here. And it looks like it took 4 minutes to process that much celery in the Kuvings Revo. Next, let's go ahead and change this out and process our carrots. Looks like we got about a total of, once again, about the same amount, like 16 ounces of juice this time out of a whole head of celery there. Now we're going to juice these 5 carrots to see how long it takes. Turn the machine on, hit start. Drop in the carrot fat side. Let's see if it stops this juicer up, powering through these organic carrots. I think in order to save you guys some time, we're going to go ahead and speed this video up for you guys and come back at you when I'm about done. Alright, last carrot going in the Kuvings Revo. This thing has been cranking through the carrots. I definitely will say that it's really efficient at juicing the carrots. And only under 2 minutes have elapsed. And I think we'll be done here pretty quick. Alright, the last carrot has just gotten processed, and we're going to wait until the pulp stops flowing out of the chute. I want you guys to be aware, although this chute is rather wide, the pulp is only flowing out maybe less than half of it, but as long as pulp is flowing out, you are good. If the pulp stops flowing out, that may be a problem, but even if pulp is just flowing out a small section, the machine is still working and you'll be just fine. Alright, let's go ahead and turn the machine off and hit the stop button there. Looks like it took 2 minutes and 31 seconds to juice 5 nice large organic carrots. And finally, we're going to go ahead and tip this machine up. A little bit of juice coming out. We're going to close that spout cap, and it looks like we got a total of approximately 14 ounces of juice that time. Actually, I want to go ahead and let you guys know the proper amounts that were made because I was inaccurate previously. This is basically, the apple juice was just under 500 milliliters of juice. On the celery alone, it was probably like maybe 525 milliliters of juice, and over on the carrot, it was 400 milliliters of juice that was made. Finally, I want to go ahead and taste test juice for you. First, we're going to go ahead and taste the apple juice. Gotta say, I use a little bit softer apples, and this juice is more of a nectar to me. It has lots of nice fiber in there that I'm appreciating. Excellent flavor. Next up, we're going to go ahead and try the celery. That celery juice, nice and strong, not tasting a whole lot of grit in there. Finally, we're going to go ahead and try the carrot juice for you guys. It's a good carrot juice, a little bit of grit in there, but amazing nonetheless, made in the Kuvings REVO830 Juicer. So I just got done cleaning the REVO830 Juicer. It was quite easy to clean, and now we're going to go ahead and do the final demo for you guys, and we're going to make a frozen fruit sorbet. This is an excellent way to get more fresh fruits in you. We're making 100% fruit sorbet. We're using organic bananas, frozen wild blueberries, and frozen purple dragon fruits to make an amazing sorbet that reminds me of the frozen yogurt that I used to get when I was a kid at McDonald's. This is a lot healthier, and I want to encourage you guys, if you guys have a juicer, you guys may want to do this specific task with your juicer so that you can now save money, because ice cream is expensive. They also add all kinds of different sugars and different preservatives in there. You could make your own out of 100% frozen fruit that you could get for cheap at like Costco or Trader Joe's. How we're going to do this is we got the juicing bowl installed on the REVO830. We will then take the sorbet screen and just drop that in the machine. Once again, we're going to line up the red dot with a red dot on top. This is super simple, super easy. We will then take the auger and drop it in, but before I drop it in, I want to let you guys know that when you juice carrots, the black Ultim auger will kind of get this color on it. If you guys can see, it's kind of like a greenish turquoise. That's completely normal. Those are the pigments in the carrots. If you guys want to get it off, use some soap and water and scrub it fairly well. I just hosed it down with water today because I wanted to show you guys that. Drop that in there. Make sure it's fully seated. And once again, line up the little dot with the dot there. Put it in place. Turn it to lock it in place, and you are all set. The next step is we just need the frozen fruit, and we're going to go ahead and turn the machine on. So I'm just going to go ahead and use this flip gate, and we're just going to go ahead and drop in maybe like a half. We're going to just actually drop the banana in the flip gate. It crushes it all up. We're going to go ahead and take probably like a handful of the dragon fruit and blueberries and drop those in there as well. And as you guys can see, we got the ice cream, the frozen banana ice cream coming out. No ice or no cream is added, just the frozen fruit. We're going to go ahead and then drop in another banana. I like to mix it all up a little bit at a time and drop in the fruit. Drop in more frozen fruit. We'll drop in half a banana back in there. And we're just going to dump in the rest of our frozen fruit into the Revo. Finally, we got that little piece of banana. Dropped it right in. As you guys can see, this processed without any difficulty. Didn't make the juicer stop. You definitely usually should defrost your fruits a little bit after taking it out of your freezer, especially if your freezer set ultra cold. That being said, this machine has the most torque of any vertical juicer that I'm aware of, and you guys can see it's making ice cream quite fabulously. Alright, so as you guys can see, the machine's done making all the ice cream. We're going to go ahead and scoop that out. And look at this. Look at all this nice ice cream right there. And now we're going to get to try it. Encourage you guys to make purple ice creams or fruit sorbets with the juicer. That is like the perfect texture. I love it so much. It's nice and stuck together, nice and sweet, nice and cold, delicious on a hot summer day. And these are just some of the tasks you guys can do with the all-new Kuvings REVO830 Juicer. Make your fresh juices, fruit and vegetable juices, celery juices, carrot juices. Make frozen fruit sorbets. You could also make smoothies with it. It's just one amazing machine with its upgraded motor, up to 40% more torque than previous juicers, as well as up to an hour official runtime. This is definitely a winner in my book, and I look forward to doing more testing with the REVO830 in the future. If you guys enjoyed this episode learning more about the REVO830, please support me in my work by making your purchase at discountjuicers.com. And links down below to buy the Revo on our website. Also, for a limited time, you could also save the most money on the REVO830 by using the coupon code in the description down below, and also the first comment, and buy directly at Kuvings for even a lower price than we can offer at discountjuicers.com. Your use of that coupon, Kuvings will know it came from me and share with me a small commission so that I can continue my work to make these educational videos for you guys and educate you guys about the power of juicing and getting more fresh fruits and vegetables in you. So I want to thank you guys who will use my coupon code at Kuvings.com or purchase directly at discountjuicers.com so I can continue my mission to educate the world about the power of fruits and vegetables as well as the best equipment on the planet so you guys could process them yourself at home, saving lots of money instead of buying juices at the juice bar. If you guys enjoyed this episode of the unboxing of the Kuvings REVO830, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Also be sure to share this video with somebody else that may be interested in the Revo. For me, the Kuvings REVO830 is the pinnacle of Kuvings models that they've put out in the past. This has been pretty much outdated all their old models. So now I would actually only recommend the REVO830 if you did want to get a Kuvings model, because it does have the most powerful motor, that dual feed chute that makes juicing things like carrots and celery a lot easier with literally no pre-cutting, since I know a lot of you guys don't want to pre-cut your produce like I showed in my older videos. Also be sure to click that subscribe button right down below so you don't miss out on new and upcoming episodes. I've come out every 5 to 7 days. You never know what new 2 juicers I'll be comparing or what new appliances I'll be sharing with you guys out there. Make sure you click the little bell to get notified as my new videos come out. And finally, be sure to check my past episodes. Past episodes are wealth of knowledge. Over 600 episodes at this time on this channel dedicated to teach you guys all about the best equipment to process your own fruits and vegetables at home. So with that, my name is John Kohler with discountjuicers.com. Be sure to visit discountjuicers.com/YouTube for special promotional offers for our YouTube visitors.